Welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Start things off. If you could hit me with a like, a share, and a subscribe, be greatly appreciated, man. Mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? So, start things off. We have got the Green Berets on the Taiwan island. Now you say, yeah, we kind of expected that. I mean, they're not too close to mainland China, right? So they're there. They're protecting the Taiwanese, and it's kind of fair, kind of a fair assessment, right? Then you start looking into it a little bit more. Come to find out, they're on the island of Kinmen, which is 2.5 miles off the coast of China. All right. So let's just go ahead and take a look here. Look at this. That is how close this little red dot right here. That is how close they are to mainland China. So not only did they put troops on Taiwan, which was gonna piss off China, they knew that. Not only did they do that, they put them 2.5 miles off of their coast. It's crazy because this is such a boiling point for the Chinese, and the Chinese act like petulant children, right? They do. It's what it is. Like everything I see about China, they act like a pissed off girlfriend that's vindictive and ready to destroy you. Okay, and she's gonna do whatever it takes to make your life a living hell. And then we go and do this. Pretty ridiculous, man. So they're teeing it up, and so keep this in mind when Taiwan gets invaded, which it's going to. There's absolutely no doubt. The rhetoric out of China is certainty and only a matter of time. And I would make the case that when Xi Jinping came to California, they were discussing a lot of things for the events that were going to come, right? And then who was all there? Oh, yeah, it was BlackRock, the CEO of Apple, all the big boys. All the big boys were there meeting with Xi Jinping, right? So the corporations are teeing everything up and getting everything in position for this event. Now, keep in mind, if they do invade Taiwan and they kill Americans, that is 100% green light to take off and go and get after it, right? They have everything they need, especially Green Berets, man. They kill some Green Berets, dude. That's going to be paraded front of the news everywhere, okay? So just know that's what's getting ready to tee up there. Now, consequences to if we have troops on ground in Taiwan. You think they're not going to activate all their sleeper cells right after the invasion? And that's when they're going to go through and cripple our grid, attack our infrastructure, everything. All right? So they've got all their people in place. They've been given a wide open border to come over and strategically stage all of their men where they need to be for when Taiwan happens. Okay? So it's pretty much certainty at this point that that's gonna be probably one of the major kickoffs, right? So now let's go over here and take a look at. We've got electric transmission build out could cost Americans trillions of dollars. Who would be getting this money, you wonder? China. The whole net zero thing is a massive tee up to pad China's pockets. Okay? They are the biggest gains out of this whole situation. Green energy, which is pretty much becoming a just absolute, just everyone knows it's a joke at this juncture, right? Anybody who's paying attention knows that the whole thing's a joke, and you see the cars coming out of China constantly exploding, and and all that, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at this article, okay? So I was right here. Sorry, I messed that up. Okay, so now, according to the Net Zero America analysis published by Princeton researchers, achieving net zero goals with 100% wind and solar by 2050 will require an additional 3.5 trillion in capital spending for new transmission line. This whole article is not even concerning the batteries, the windmills, the solar, all of that. This 3.5 trillion is going to be specifically earmarked for just transmission lines, not including all the other shit. All right. And as we know, a set of stairs that would cost $500, the government charges $65,000 for. The slush in all the fluff in all of this is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay. Now let's look at just everything, man, right now. The corruption, it's like everybody's got the green flag to do whatever the hell they want on every level. Whether it be pumping all their prices up, everybody's making insane bank right now, except for me and you. We're getting robbed every single day. All right? It's just a damn shame we've been sold out to this. And you can't even have these conversations with some people. They can't even recognize the fact on that we've been sold out. It's over. They can't even recognize the inflation. I've had conversations with people, they still think it's 3.5%, and I'm like, okay, 3.5%, sure. And then they'll tell you, well, that's standard. That's standard. They factor that in every year. That's pretty much basic, right? Okay, bro. When I go to the store and I see everything up 150% from 4 years ago, you're going to tell me that that's a 3% inflation? And not only that, when we're talking like just quarterly inflation rates that I'm seeing, it's never been 3%, dude. Never, not once. All right. So, we know that how they screw around with all the numbers and take certain aspects out. So, the ones that really matter, like food and rent and all these other things, they're not involved in the inflation rates, right? Because then the reality would come out that, we're getting shit on. So, with that being said, guys, just get ready, man. Everybody should have a rainy day fund that's stacked out right now. And getting food, everything. Because this Taiwan thing, when this kicks off, man, which it's going to, because look, they got people right off their coast. Right off their coast. That would be a perfect place you would put people if you wanted an advanced reaction time if you saw an invasion force. Now, that being said, they could come from up here. They could come from down here. So, but I'm sure they've got sensors that could pretty much monitor this whole coast, and that's probably the whole point of stationing them on that island. So, exciting days, man. What's that saying? May you live in exciting times. Well, son of a bitch, man. We're there. So, all right, so I'm going to bring your attention over to kind of a weird thing. So let me come here, window capture, boom, media player. All right. This is kind of a weird thing, man. I really don't know what's going on with this. And, from 2017, the last eclipse to now, this shit is getting weird. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up and play this.
This is getting wild. The National Guard is going to be here now for the solar eclipse. This article today was released in an Oklahoma newspaper saying that they will have guardsmen present in McCurtain County for the solar eclipse. But things get much weirder. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. They're also urging residents to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and to have full fuel tanks. They're also saying that it's likely that communication facilities could be overloaded, possibly making it difficult to make cell phone calls. Similar warnings are going out in different states, including Noblesville Fire Department in Texas. And apparently schools are canceled this day, and people are going on Twitter writing statements like this: something strange is definitely happening. My kids in 3 different schools all got notices that school will be closed that day. What do you know about this? This
Weird, dude. And when I went back and did some digging to see what warnings were going on in 2017. Nothing like that. All right. So this is just odd. And then I tried to find some other videos to incorporate in on this segment, but unfortunately, a lot of them have music overlaid on it, so can't really put them in. But with that being said, they were telling people to download apps where the emergency services could pinpoint their location and find them. And then prior to this, there was never anybody saying to go get food, supplies, gas, any of that. All right. It was literally just when it happens and it turns dark, turn your headlights on and a couple other things, right? Just normal, like what you would expect to see in an eclipse warning. So I really thought that one was weird.
Creepy. Let me know what.
Then let's go ahead and take a look at this, because this, who knows? Maybe there's a solar storm coming. I don't know. The whole thing's odd, man. At this point, what they're doing with the solar eclipse tee up. So let's go and take a look at this here. Once again, I'll shut up. I know.
Creepy. Let me know what you guys think. So, why does NASA have all these old school cars? My thoughts are they're cars without computers in them. All from the 1970s. They're preparing for an EMP blast. What's odd is they're not just old school NASA cars. Here's a news car. They have a whole fleet from NASA vehicles, semi-trucks, ambulances. Perhaps this is where that $50 million a day budget is going. Because we all know it's certainly not getting us into space. Collectors of CGI videos and apparently old school cars. Let me know what you think they're using them for. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Great channel, by the way, Spirit Mind Matter. Unfortunately, I did not. Let's make sure we give these people some credit here.
This is getting wild.
Dallas Poker News and more, right? So I can't unfortunately cite any of this stuff because my channel is not 2 months or older. Otherwise, I will start citing all this stuff in the description, right? But with that being said, man, something weird is coming. Like you start looking at all this and you're like, so what? Why do they need radioactive chemical waste people there? And then I tried finding a clip of The Simpsons. The Simpsons predict this eclipse, and some solar storm comes out of the sky and starts devastating all of the land. Right now, I know it's The Simpsons. Their track record and predicting stuff at this point is truly incredible. Like, I don't know, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know how they get so accurate, but it's a trip. They've predicted so much stuff at this point, man. They're a credible source, you know. So, but with that being said, guys, I just want to bring some of this to your guys' attention. Hey, man, it would be awesome if you could hit me with a sub, like, or share, man, any of that, or comment, dude. Let's talk down there. You know what I'm saying? So this shit's getting crazy. So appreciate you guys as always. Have a blessed Sunday. And I'll talk to you next time later on.